Live from WTVO 17 and your home team. Eyewitness News at 5 starts now.
An early morning fire turns deadly in Belvidere. Investigators say a key piece of home safety equipment wasn't in place to warn people living inside.
We have some good news, and I'm very happy to report at this time we are lifting the evacuation order.
Rockton residents chased from their home by the Chemtool fire get the green light to return. Some moving back in say they still have concerns. Plus, community baby shower. We'll have a live update from Crusader Community Health as donations come in for some of our area's most vulnerable. Good evening, I'm Eric Wilson. Mimi is on assignment. We'll check in with her in just a few minutes. One person is dead and 4 others hurt, including 2 firefighters after an overnight fire in Belvidere. First responders got to the house on West 2nd Street just before 2 this morning. One person was already outside and said 2 people were trapped in the home. Firefighters rescued both of them. All 3 were taken to the hospital. 1 of the 2 who were trapped died. 3 dogs also died in the fire. 2 firefighters had minor injuries. The fire department said the home did not have working smoke detectors. Damage is estimated at $135,000. The house is considered a total loss. It's been 5 days since a chemical plant explosion and fire in Rockton forced dozens of residents to evacuate their homes. Today, they received the news they're finally allowed to return. Several explosions tore through the Chemtool factory Monday. Evacuations were ordered for homes and businesses within a mile of the plant. Officials have been testing the air quality and have not detected any chemicals. The EPA is now testing the groundwater for contamination. A company hired to help extinguish the fire used a foam that contained toxic compounds known as forever chemicals. So far, the EPA has not detected any contaminants in the water.
I want to remind everyone that this is going to be an ongoing environmental scenario, right? So we are going to continue the air, land, and water monitoring throughout this whole scenario. You're going to see our devices out there in the community. They're going to be moving them around as they should be.
Anyone who lives near the plant should take pictures of their house and property. These can be used for insurance claims and any potential damage assessment. State and local officials hope to begin those on-site assessments Tuesday. For those returning, there's still a lot to do. Ari Bruckman met with some people moving back in. Ari, what'd they say to you?
Yeah, Eric, I talked to 2 mothers who say they have mixed emotions about returning home. While they're happy to be home, they're still worried.
I'm excited to be back in my own home, but I'm nervous because I'm wondering, are they doing it because they know that it's safe and that the testing is accurately saying that things are safe, or are they doing it because of OSD?
After days of being blocked, barricades once keeping people out of the area around Chemtool were removed from intersections and streets today. Ashley Johnson lives on Kelsey Court, just a couple blocks from where the fire starts. She wonders if it's still too soon to bring her kids back home.
I'm nervous about my children being outside right now and playing in our neighborhood because I don't know, what could be on the ground or even in our water. I'm very nervous as a mom to bring them back.
Katie Dillenberg also returned home today. She wanted to see if she felt her living conditions are safe enough for her family. While she's been looking forward to coming back, she won't forget what it was like on Monday when she was told to evacuate.
Not knowing the chemicals and stuff and what it was in the air and all the debris falling. I was scared the grass was going to catch on fire. It's so dry.
Katie still has some concerns about the air quality in her neighborhood. She says at this point, she's just glad her family can sleep in their own beds tonight.
It's nice. It was kind of stressful having to go to families' houses and hotels, and I have 2 little ones, so it makes it even harder.
The EPA says they are continuing to test the air around the plant, and as for Old Settlers Day area, the EPA says testing yesterday showed no elevated levels of concern. Eric?
Thanks, Ari. Investigators still don't know what caused the fire. Rockton's fire chief did say it does not appear suspicious or criminal. The Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives is on scene. We've also got new recommendations for cleaning backyard pools and gardens. The Illinois Emergency Management Agency says for pools, remove any debris and skim the pool, then recirculate the water through the filters and check the pH levels. As for gardens, use gloves to get rid of any big pieces of debris. Produce can be safely eaten After thoroughly washing and rinsing, leafy vegetables should be soaked in a 10% vinegar solution to lift any soil particles from the greens. Once you get home, make sure to throw out any food or water that may have been exposed to the smoke or anything else that was in the air, like produce was sitting out on the counter or water left over in your pet's bowl. When cleaning your home, make sure to wear protective clothing, long sleeves, pants, gloves, and a mask to protect you from inhaling dangerous chemicals. Use a mild soap or detergent with warm water to remove soot and smoke from walls, furniture, and floors. And a reminder, if you have debris in your yard or garbage, Clean Harbors has been hired by Lubrizol, Chemtool's parent company, to pick that up. You can call the company at that number you see there on your screen. We've also posted that to our website. That is also where you can find the claim form to request reimbursement for personal expenses tied to the evacuation, like hotel stays. While officials say the air is safe around the Chemtool plant, they are asking you to be cautious. Kids and pets can be outside. Just make sure they don't play with anything covered in ash or debris. If you're outside playing or working in the yard, avoid touching your face or mouth and make sure to wash your hands once you get inside. Another tip, take off your shoes when you go inside so you don't track anything into your home. Now, if you missed any of that or you're looking for more, the Winnebago County Health Department has cleaning directions. We have a link to those in this story over at mystateline.com. Some voting options that were put in place during the pandemic are sticking around in Illinois. Eyewitness News is keeping you connected to the Capitol. Governor J.B. Pritzker signed a bill making curbside and voting by mail permanent. It also sets up voting centers where people can cast ballots regardless of the precinct as long as they're in the election's jurisdiction. General Election Day in November is now a state holiday. Next year's primary will also move from March 15th to June 28th. Winnebago County and Loves Park are getting more than $2.5 million to update bike paths and sidewalks in the state line. Loves Park's getting the bulk of the Illinois Transportation Enhancement Program grant. The city plans to use $2 million to extend the Illinois 251 streetscape. The shared use bike path and sidewalk along North 2nd Street from River Lane to Windsor Road will be a way for walkers and bicyclists to get around without having to be on the busy 4-lane road. Traffic signals and streetlights will also get an upgrade as well as some new landscaping. Winnebago County will use its $660,000 to extend the bike path along Perryville. The extra 1.24 miles to the north will connect Rockford with Loves Park and McChesney Park. There's another place to cool off in Rockford tomorrow. Harkins Aquatic Center is opening up at noon. It's free to get in, but you do need to sign in when you get there. The pool on Acorn Street will be open through August 22nd from noon until 5 every day. Last week, Sand Park Pool opened for the first time in years, but the Rockford Park District says it can't open Alpine Pool to the public because of a lifeguard shortage. If the district's able to hire and train enough lifeguards, the agency hopes to open the pool later this summer. All day alongside Crusader Community Health, we've been working to give a helping hand to expecting state line moms and dads. It's our annual community baby shower. It returns after 1 year off. Mimi Murphy joins us live from Crusader on Alpine. Mimi, it has been a busy day all day long, really.
Eric, we've been out at the community baby shower all day long here at Crusader Community Health Alpine, where the community has responded. We have a truck full of diapers and wipes. We've been hauling them inside because there's a huge pile inside as well. We asked the community for support for new moms in need, and boy, have they responded. With me to talk a little bit about this event is CEO and President Sam Miller of Crusader. Sam, an overwhelming response from the community. How will this help?
Oh, it's going to be tremendous. I can't believe the great response we've gotten from the community, and it's just going to help so many new moms in the community with diapers and all kinds of other things that they need to get their babies off to the right start.
Yeah, truly necessities. Now, this has been a big year for Crusader, opening the new clinic over on West State. Where's that at this point?
Yes, we opened in February, and we're finishing up the final phase right now. And the final phase was to do the outside parking lot. And that should be done hopefully next week or the following week. And then we're going to have a big community open house in early July.
That will be terrific because it looks beautiful from the outside. And we got a peek inside as well. Yes. And it's just gorgeous. How are patients responding to this?
Oh, they love it. It's so convenient for them on how it's laid out and intuitive. And just the experience and being fresh and new is just phenomenal.
How many locations does Crusader now have in Rockford?
Boy, in Rockford, I got to think now.
There's so many.
Totally, we have 5 locations, including Belvidere and Loves Park, and so 3 in Rockford, and then we have 3 school-based clinics, 2 in South Beloit, and then at Auburn High School.
So Crusader really serves the whole Rock River Valley area.
Absolutely, we serve everyone in the area.
What are some of the health services patients can get at Crusader?
Medical, dental, behavioral health. On a medical side, everything from newborn all the way up, and we just reached out to serve the whole entire community.
Why is it so important for the community to have that access to quality health care?
Oh, access is so key, particularly in primary care, to get yourself into care and really to get to stay and do the preventative services that you need, and if you have chronic illnesses, to stay within the care of a provider.
Absolutely. Well, we will be out here until 6 o'clock here at Crusader Community Health Alpine, which is right at Guilford and Alpine, and we are taking new items this year, especially with COVID, so we needed to take new items, especially looking for necessities for new moms, diapers, wipes, things that they really need and that they can use. You can drop them off right here in the parking lot. You'll see us right here at Crusader, and we'll be here again until 6. Sam, thanks so much for being with us. We're going to throw it back to you now, Eric.
It's been so nice seeing that truck fill up all day. All right, Mimi, thanks.
Now your first warm weather forecast with meteorologist Kevin Doom.
Let's start you off with a live look over the Poplar Grove Airport. Right now we see about a good mix of clouds and sunshine. The sun still shining down in the airport, and that's pretty much the story across most of the state line. Cloud cover is pretty varying across most areas. A few spots seeing a little bit more cloud cover than others. Now we do have a line of showers pushing through down to our south. As the night goes on, especially as we head into the overnight hours, this line is expected to intensify a little bit and actually lift a little bit further northward, so that will bring us just a slight chance for a light shower or two later on this evening and through the overnight hours. Now, most of us are expected to stay dry here. The further south you are, the greater your chance for seeing a light shower or two. Shouldn't really see any thunderstorms. Those should be confined to areas down to our south. Now, heading on into early tomorrow morning, a lot of that cloud cover overhead is going to be clearing out, and that's going to lead to lots of sunshine for our Saturday. No rain in the forecast either. Skies are going to remain clear through most of the overnight, but into the early morning hours of our Sunday, we're going to see more clouds fill in from the west as we see another chance for some rain, and this time around maybe a few thunderstorms. That's going to be arriving as early as Sunday morning, but this chance will stick with us here through most of our Father's Day. Now, this chance for rain comes through as we see our jet stream pick up some momentum overhead, as well as a cold front that's going to be moving through down here at the surface. So after this cold front moves on through, we're going to see some cold air flowing through down at the surface, but also overhead as our jet stream is going to form this very large trough, or this very big dip over the Midwest. That's going to feed in a lot of cooler air from the north and really cool things down for the early part of this next work week, really bring temperatures well below normal. Fortunately, though, this pattern does not stick with us for too long, only a couple of days. We should be back on the warmer side of normal by Thursday at the latest. We were plenty warm today, though. Temperatures were back in the upper 80s and lower 90s. 91 was the temperature, or is the temperature currently in Rockford, 88 up in Janesville, 89 in Freeport. We reached 90s for now the 12th time this month. This is the most 90-degree days that we have seen throughout the first 18 days of June, and the most 90-degree days that we've seen through the entire month of June since back in 1943. So even though we are on track to have the most 90-degree days ever seen throughout the month of June, I don't think we'll quite reach that record of 20 days that was set back in 1933. Our weather watcher Ken out in Belvidere recently checking in with a temperature of 90 degrees and a half an inch of rain coming through with last night's storm system. Now tonight, temperature is going to be dropping down into the mid-60s with that slight chance of rain, especially for those of you in the southern part of the area. And then tomorrow, lots of sunshine with no rain in the forecast. We'll probably scrape 90 again here in Rockford and maybe a couple of other spots throughout the state line. Most areas throughout the state line should be in the 80s for high temperatures tomorrow. We are on the warmer side of normal for one more day on Sunday. We're going to be in the upper 80s for our Father's Day with that chance for some showers and a few thunderstorms for the holiday before that cold front comes on through, and we see those temperatures drop down into the 70s for highs for Monday and Tuesday, and likely for Wednesday again, but we are back into the middle 80s by the end of the week with a few more chances for some rain.
Now the Mapleton Sports Desk with David Greenberg.
Once again, it was the Giannis and Chris Middleton show last night, but thankfully they were able to get a little bit of help from their trusty point guard, Drew Holiday. The trio combined for 89 of the team's 104 points in their Game 6 win over the Nets. If not for a legendary performance from Kevin Durant in Game 5, the Bucks may have already been able to punch their ticket to the conference finals. But now they'd like to do that. They'll have to focus on tomorrow night's Game 7, a place they remember being back in 2018.
This is a new opportunity, and it's going to be a little bit hard. We gotta go to Brooklyn and try to get one more. We're built for this moment. Simple as that.
We haven't run on the road yet, and that's the only way we knew we were going to win this series if we get it and win on the road. And it's coming down to the last game.
In the MLB tonight, the White Sox look to bounce back after a tough start from Dylan Cease last night. He got banged around a little bit, but Carlos Rodon's on the hill tonight. First pitch from Houston will be at 7:10. The Cubs are quite happy to be back at the friendly confines after losing 3 of 4 games to the Mets. Zach Davies is starting to sharpen his craft on the rubber, and we'll look for his third straight quality start. First pitch from Wrigley is at 7:05. Before I wrap, I wanted to discuss this whole Bears in Arlington Park news. From what I've seen on social media, it seems like everybody's already packed their bags, hired the moving trucks, and are following them into their new possible home in Arlington Heights. Let's just slow down a sec. In stock market terms, I'm very bearish on this idea. What is so bad about Soldier Field? Firstly, you've got a stadium with one of the best aerial visuals being right on the lake. Secondly, it's a stadium that's been documented as being very hard to play in with swirling winds and a rapidly loud fan base. And number 3, are we just going to forget all the history that's been played on that field? And lastly, are the Bears really in a position to be spending money to buy land and build a brand new stadium? I'd say get your priorities straight. Focus on Justin Fields and not being a laughingstock this season. Then we'll talk about a new stadium. That's my take. We'll be right back.
Let's have a look at our first one, Interactive Radar, sponsored by Rockford Auto Glass and more. Got a few showers moving through down to our south. That could maybe bring us a slight chance for a light shower overnight tonight. Otherwise, we're going to stay dry through most of the night, and temperatures dropping down into the 60s. We're in the 90s again tomorrow with lots of sunshine for our Saturday. A good chance for some showers and a few embedded thunderstorms for Father's Day on Sunday, as temperatures are in the upper 80s.
Kind of a heat sandwich there on both ends of the 7-day. Thanks, Kevin, and thank you for watching. Stay safe.